Alright gent, so I'm going to take you through how I created a pizza oven from nothing. I've never laid a brick in my life, I'm not even lying. So I pretty much did it myself. I've got a friend who helped me, this fucking guy in the picture now, and that was laying bricks and rendering. And what were the stages? Well, first of all, I used a book by Alan Wyatt, and he's a chap who made kilns for a living. All the way through his professional career in Australia, I think it was. The book is pictured below or to the side or wherever I end up fucking editing the video. What happened first? Well, I got a load of breeze blocks to build a wall. Then when the breeze blocks came, I got obviously the mortar and I put it together. And it was a three-sided wall, as you can see in the picture below. Because the fourth open side is the entrance where you might keep your wood and stuff like that. This, where you see it now, is the end of day one for me. So day two is another level of bricks, plus these T-bars of steel. And I've posted the link in the description so you can buy your own. This is in the UK. And just put them upside down T, so that we can lay breeze blocks on top of it, as you can see in this next picture. So we've got the bricks laid down flat, and you might be wondering why I've got a bloody drill when I'm laying bricks. But in the corner here highlighted, you can see that I've had to put some securing plates on there, because going back to the previous image, you can see that the bottom of the T, the bottom of the inverted T isn't quite wide enough to support the edge of a breeze block, so I've secured them against the other ones, and you can see that there's a load of breeze blocks that I've used to buttress them in against as the mortar sets. So now I've got a nice stable platform, which is actually pretty fucking flat. So moving on from there then, as you can see in the next picture, I used a load of sand, just like bricky sand, to be fair, you know. And then my heat bricks are 64mm, or my fire bricks are 64mm. And what that gives me is it gives me a load of heat retention. And what do I mean by a load of heat retention? Well, I can have a fire in the oven at night. It gets to about 500 degrees. And on the bottom side, it only ever really gets to about 45 degrees. So obviously you can see the spirit level there because you want to get it nice and level. And you can see it in these next couple of images here that I've used a mallet and a little bit of wood just to tap them down in various stages. Now this next bit, this is important. Before you start to build anything, you got to get a door. If you're having a door, but I suggest you get a door. Now, the guy who I bought that door off, so I went to see this guy and he was saying that a lot of people email him, he sells them on eBay, a lot of people email him asking him to, if he can custom build doors for specific sizes, because a lot of people fuck it up and build an oven, then they go to put the door in, as you might do a shed or something like that, and realise they don't actually have an oven door that fits the space that they've created. So the first thing, guys, is buy your bloody door. Then buttressed, as you can see in this image, I've highlighted it. You can see that I've used mortar to secure them in place. I've secured them in place because I'm about to fill the space with a load of bloody sand to make the shape that I need. Again, it's a half an avocado shape, as you can see in this next image, because the airflow, as you can see in the diagram below, it comes in, lights the fire, and then comes all the way around the shape, and it's that flow of the heat, and then it goes up the flue at the front of the oven. Always put the flue at the front of the oven because the airflow comes round, and it's that heat on the top that cooks your pizzas and heats the hearth too, okay? So it's really important that you get that half an avocado shape. Plastic, and I've covered the half an avocado of sand so that I can put this stuff on it. Now this stuff is called refractory castable. I've put a link in the description so you can buy your own. Now this stuff was a bitch to mix with it, but I tell you, I got a good result. The refractory castable in a wheelbarrow with a spade, a bit of water, however much it tells you in the technical sheet, and then you kind of paste it on like a, you know, like whatever, plaster or whatever. Now the bit here where the flue is in, you know, the cylinder of cardboard that your whiskey comes in, that happened to be the same size as my flue. So I put that in a bucket, then I poured the refractory castable in the bucket, and then I've got that shape there that you can see highlighted. And you'll see in the next image that I've kind of done another couple of coats of refractory castable, and I've covered that gap that you can see there. So next up here is fire blanket. I got this from Victas. Victas is a company that do loads of stuff that you can use for your oven. I think they actually do like log burners and stuff for houses. But this stuff is assured up to 1260 degrees C. The refractory castable is assured up to 1400 degrees C. So the insulation here is immense. Now with this fire blanket, you'll see in this image that I've put some chicken wire around it because I'm about to concrete over the top of that. It goes the sand mound, then it's plastic over that, then it's your refractory castable, then it's your fire blanket, then it's your chicken wire, and then you concrete over the top of that. Then you render over the top of that, and then you paint over the top of that, okay? But stay with me. So here you have the chicken wire, so that I can get to this stage now, and you can see that I've concreted it all the way around. And that's nice and stable. There's another picture of Jacko, because he's my guy, and he helped me render. And you can see here how I've emptied the whole chamber. I've emptied the whole chamber of the sand and all the bricks. And what you'll see just flapping down there is a little bit of plastic, because then I've had to strip the plastic from inside of the oven to get rid of the plastic, because you don't want to burn plastic in your oven. But that's a fucking magnificent looking hearth there, and that's what I'm cooking pizzas on now. So progressing through the rest of the process, then I basically I tiled it. I got these nice Portuguese looking tiles. And yeah, I tiled the top, I tiled the sides, and then I tiled a little bit on the inside as well. And I've painted the dome a nice colour to complement the side. I've built some decking there as well so that I can have a good time with some pizzas. But here's just a couple of other images of how the pizza oven looks in the garden, and I think it's spectacular. Now on to the pizzas, and follows a couple of pictures of pizzas that I've made in there, and you can see it, the blaze, it looks beautiful, it's appetizing, it's yeah, it's fucking great. Oh, and I also did, check these pictures now, I did my bloody Christmas dinner in it this year. So all I did was I lit a smaller fire, guys, and I kept it around 200 to do the big turkey. I did my, as you can see here, the potatoes and all the veg, and the fire taste on your vegetables, and particularly on your roast potatoes, was outstanding.